Wow. So you were stabbed when you were 19?
Yeah.
Wow, man. And you almost lost your life at that point?
Oh yeah, you know what? It was a real bizarre night. I remember it like it was yesterday. Because so we'd gone somewhere, which was like we'd gone somewhere. We'd gone with like another friend of ours, and the place was like at that time it was a bit moody, it was a bit shady. So there was like guys in there who were like in gangs and whatever. But I'd gone there with like a friend of mine, and he had his chain snatched from him within about say 15 minutes of being there. Then I had like some family members in there who helped get the chain back, and then when we left, but some of them guys were like, "Well, you know what? Yeah, he's just taking our food." So I was told, "Oh, let's go and walk this guy back who had his chain taken," and then. We looked behind, saw some guys coming. The other guys started running. I didn't run. I was thinking, I don't have anything to run for. Then there were some guys I could went to college with at the time who'd set me up and said, well, if he hasn't, if that chain's got away, that guy under there, because I had a huge coat. I kind of used to wear like a duck down, like a lot of you know what, it's kind of crazy because like a lot of our fashion came from American. It was always from American style, from
Mm.
like jewelry, big like goose jackets, Timberlands, baggy jeans, all that kind of thing. So I was covered up, so I didn't know how these guys knew what I had, but like I found out later from the guys who set me up. So it was a real kind of like it was like a real shaky time for me. Really, really. I'd never experienced anything like that before.
Well, blessings to you that you're still here. And I have a similar, I guess, experience where I almost lost my life, but was able to, make the best of it. And I feel like your story kind of rings true as well, where you were able to survive and then turn your life into something really positive. And it sounds like to me that like through your transformation of going to the gym and working on yourself. You said that you didn't have like the confidence to really speak up to say the things that were on your mind, and so you overthought things, and then you just decided not to say anything. And I can completely relate to that because I was like that a lot too. And what do you think was able to like? What do you think was the thing that helped you move past that part? Because I feel like that part can really hold people back because it's more of a confident thing at that point, in my opinion.
I've, I've tried to think about this before, because like I think it wasn't instantaneous. It was like I think people changed towards me before I realized why they were changing towards me. I
Hmm.
think, like in a male like dominating environment, um they always like to say it's the alpha dogs who get to eat first, and it's the guys like who people fear, who get to like say what they need to say. But I think I people when I was changing physically, um my mental state was still at that point of being the quiet kid. So it was almost like I was like a sheep in wolf's clothing at the time. So then I think trying to find where that changeover was, I think it came gradually, like later on. It wasn't something just bam like that. It just kind of came slowly. But
Hmm.
um, when you go to a place where you kind of like nearly lose your life, and then you realize that you're still here to tell the tale, and it's like people, because like, as I say, when I was younger, like, people were not very nice to me. They weren't very nice to me at all. And then like I got to a stage like, I don't want to do. I can't take this no more. I'm not going to take this. And I think like we've seen instances like this before where a kid has been prodded and prodded and prodded for so long, and until they get to the breaking point. But for myself, it wasn't a breaking point. It was more of a point of like, you can't talk to me like that no more. And then because I had the stature to go with it, it was almost like, okay, then we won't. I'm like, that's quite easy. And then I was like, let me try it again. And someone else would say something. I'm like, no. And they'd be like, okay. I'm like, well, and I think it was from there I started realizing that like when you kind of lay down like your own laws for your lay down your own rules for yourself and say, I won't allow that. I won't allow you to talk to me like this, and I won't allow this. They see as oh, he's the bit of the he's like he's a big guy. He's going to do something, but like it was never in my head at that time to retaliate or be in a certain way. It was just like I just don't want to be spoken to that way, and that's what I realized. That's where the confidence kind of came from. So I'm like, well, if I can stop this person talking to me like this, or stop that person talking to me, saying that to me, I wonder what else I can do. So then I started using it towards other people. When I see other people being spoken to bad, I say, no, don't speak to them like that. And then they're like, okay, cool. Oh, is he with you? I'm like, yeah, he's with me. And they're like, okay, cool. If he's with you, that's all right then. So, as I say, like in a male environment, you obviously as a man yourself, you kind of know where I'm coming from with these kind of things. When someone thinks that you are more than what you are, you can either use it one or two ways. You can use it in a way where you can be the bully and you can be the instigator, or you can go, I've just realised what I've just stumbled across here, so I want to use it in the best way I can, and that's what I've always kind of done. I still get people to this day who say to me, "Oh, I won't want to fight with you because you're a big guy." And in my head, I'm like, "I've got no fight in me. I don't really. I'm not really a fighting. I'm not really a fighting guy. I'm just like a guy who's just here, just being me and just enjoying life."